What is up, Disney nerds? I know it is a little bit dark in this room, and that is because my light broke to the room. So now all I have are these LED lights around my room. So that's why it's kind of like not as brighter as it normally is in here. But anyways, let's get to today's video. So today I just saw Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, and this is going to be a spoiler-free review. Let's just dive right into it. So right out of the way, this movie is just incredible. This movie 100% shines in animation style, clearly, and it's 10 times, I think, better than the first movie with the animation and just overall. But you know how my normal reviews work. We're gonna jump right into each category, starting off with the plot. Everything's just a 10 out of 10. I'm just gonna say it. This movie's honestly a perfect 100 for me. But I'm gonna basically be giving you like all my positives about it and stuff. So with the plot, this movie, through the trailers, it was very unclear what this movie was about. But we saw a bunch of spider people kind of chasing Miles Morales, and we didn't know really what that was all about. At least I didn't. And this movie, it was a little bit slow in, I would say, the first like 20-25 minutes, where I was like, oh my god, this movie's not that great. But then right after that, for the rest of the movie, it is extraordinary, and I think it shines, and it's just incredible. And then they explain everything that we see in the trailer that we didn't really understand. There is one thing, there is no post-credit scene, so you don't have to like wait in the credits. One minor spoiler, this kind of was revealed, but I'm just gonna give this as a spoiler warning. Feel free to like skip forward just a little bit. I'll have a giant thing that says no more spoilers. This movie ends with a cliffhanger. And we kind of already knew that because this movie was supposed to be part 1, part 2. It is not called that anymore, of course. I think it's called Beyond the Spider-Verse is the next movie. We don't know when that's coming out. Hopefully it's next year or even shorter. I think it's going to be a full year though, kind of like Infinity War and Endgame. But this movie ends on a to be continued, and it just, oh my gosh, I was so hyped, and it just went like, wow, it all just went away. But getting back into here, no more spoilers. This movie's plot is just unbelievable. I loved it. Next, moving on to acting, a 10 out of 10 for me. I think Gwen and Miles Morales were definitely the best characters in here. Oscar Isaac does an amazing performance in this movie, and there's definitely a lot of other great, amazing characters in this movie. And if you're a big fan of Spider-Man, by the way, like growing up, like I was, you're definitely gonna appreciate this movie. There is a ton of Easter eggs in this film, and I'm all for it. It was truly amazing with the acting, with everything. Visual style, I'm giving it a 10 out of 10 because the animation in this is just incredible. I really like Gwen's universe, especially with the animation. Her animation and her reality is really like, it shows off her character. Like there's like a lot of like dramatic, kind of like watercoloring, I think, but it's really cool. This movie's definitely more dramatic and less comedy than the first movie, but it's truly incredible. And every part of the animation, there's tons of animation styles in this movie where it felt like Chippendale Rescue Rangers. It was truly magnificent. Enjoyment right away, 10 out of 10. This movie had me on the edge of my seat. Of course, before the 25-minute mark, I was a little bit bored, but after that, it boomed, and it's just surprised me on how good it was. Next, I have the soundtrack. It was a 10 out of 10. There wasn't anything like amazing like Sunflower in like the last movie. but there was plenty like of the theme songs that I was just like, oh my god, this is incredible. It was making me good. It was making me hyped, and not really bored. It's in between a 9 and a 10, but this whole movie for me was just magnificent. And then ending, I have a 10 out of 10. Of course, like I said, you know, with the spoilers, this movie was just, its ending was breathtaking. Also, the villain of this movie, Spot, was phenomenal, and I'm pretty sure he was a homemade villain for this movie specifically, and he's an incredible villain. I am so excited to like see the next movie. It's truly incredible how much like Spot is as a villain, and I'm just very more excited to see what they're going to continue. But yeah, overall this movie, like I said, is 100 out of 100. Easily the best Spider-Man movie without a doubt. I think it's better than No Way Home. No Way Home was my favorite Spider-Man movie. And I know it's only good because of the fan service, but I don't care. That was the best movie theater experience I've ever had. So, if you don't like No Way Home, you're just a hater, and I don't know, you just think too much, okay? But this movie is phenomenal, whether you think too much, whether you're like 100 or if you're 1, you're definitely gonna love this movie, in my opinion. I think this movie is one of the best superhero movies. Now, Endgame was always my favorite superhero movie, but I'm putting this right below it. I think Endgame's still a little bit better. I don't think there's gonna be really anything that beats Endgame for me within the next few years. But this is definitely a close runner-up. They're right there, like they're neck and neck with these two movies. And I'm just very excited to see where they continue with this Spider-Man, Miles Morales story. And who knows, maybe the next one will be in my top 10 favorite movies of all time. Because this is in like, I think the 20s. So it's really, I'm telling you, I love this movie so much. And honestly, the first one, I wasn't the biggest fan of it. I think it's really good, and I still think it's on my favorite movies, but more in like the 80s region. But so I didn't go into this movie thinking that it was gonna be top 50 material. I think it was still gonna be a 5 out of 5, but maybe like a 95 out of 100, not 100 out of 100. This movie was really good, and honestly, I don't think that there's gonna be a movie better than this movie this year. Maybe Oppenheimer, but I don't know. I think this movie might be my favorite movie of this year, hands down. I think it was magnificent and incredible, and I'm just, like I said, I can't wait to see where they're going to continue with this story. But definitely, this is my pick for the best animated movie for the Oscars, hands down. With that being said, thank you so much for watching today's video, today's review. Let me know if there's any other movies you would like me to cover on this channel. I know I never covered Guardians of the Galaxy because it was basically just the same as everyone else's. I truly loved it. Thank you so much for 400 subscribers. I can't believe we made it that far. I mean, in September, we literally had 60, and now we have 400. That's mind-blowing to me. With that being said, thank you again. And yeah, please like the video, share with your friends, and as always, Disney out. Peace!